C2, Trigonometry, Section 1, Example 6. So here we're going to be using the CAST diagram to express the following trigonometric ratios exactly. So we're going to be using the table on the previous page to try and find the values of each of these. So for A, we have cos of 240 degrees. So I want to draw the CAST diagram. So C, A, S, T. And I'm going to go around 240 degrees. Okay. But we know that cos is negative in tan. So that means that if we take cos of 60 and take the negative of that, because 240 degrees is 60 more than 180 degrees, that is going to be equal to cos of 240 degrees. So we know from the previous page that cos of 60 degrees is equal to a half. So that means that cos of 240 degrees is equal to minus a half. So we have our final answer, cos of 240 degrees is equal to minus a half. So moving on to part B now. Again, we have to draw the CAST diagram. So C, A, S, T. And this time we're trying to find sine of 2 pi over 3. So I'm going to go around. And we'll say that that's 2 pi over 3. So that means that this line is pi over 3 away from here, which is pi. So we know that sine is positive in sine, so that means it's also going to be positive in A for all. So if we have pi over 3 this way, and of course pi over 3 is equal to 60 degrees. So sine of 2 pi over 3 is equal to sine of pi over 3, which is equal to sine of 60. And from the previous page, we know that sine of 60 is equal to root 3 over 2. So that ends up being our final answer. So moving on to part C. Again, we need to draw the CAST diagram. So C, A, S, T. And this time we're finding tan of 3 pi over 4. So I'm going to go around to 3 pi over 4. And of course we know that tan is negative in sine. And since this is pi over 4 away from that line, if we do pi over 4 away from here, then we will know that minus tan of pi over 4 is equal to tan of 3 pi over 4. So we need to know that pi over 4 is equal to 45 degrees. So that means that we end up with minus tan of 45 degrees is equal to tan of 3 pi over 4. And of course, from the previous page, we know that tan of 45 degrees is equal to minus 1. So that would be minus 1, which gives us 1 as our final answer. So it's not minus 1, it's just 1. So the answer ends up being minus 1. So moving on to part D now. So again, I need to draw the cast diagram. C-A-S-T. And this time we're doing sine of 330 degrees. So I'm going to go around 330 degrees, and of course we know that sine is negative in cos. So here we have 30 degrees. So if I find 30 degrees here, so minus sine of 30 degrees will be equal to sine of 330 degrees. And of course, from the previous page, we know that sine of 30 degrees is equal to a half. So this will give us minus a half for our final answer. So as you can see, using the cast diagram in this case was a lot quicker than drawing out the 4 different graphs for each one of these cases.